All right, people, if you have ever been cheated on before, even when you was living in a worldly standard, like from a worldly perspective, like when you were living for the world and fornication and somebody violated your trust and your boyfriend or your girlfriend slept with somebody else or went with somebody else. Now from a worldly perspective, I'm trying to teach from a worldly perspective on this. Listen closely, y'all. That doesn't mean a thing. That's still fornication. Let's say you got a girlfriend or boyfriend and they sleep around. First of all, you're still committing adultery. You're still committing fornication. And they still cheating, but it's still fornication. You know why? Because y'all ain't married. You know how many people have been dead or killed over girlfriend, boyfriend? But it's still not lawful. I don't care what you say. I can't really give you advice. Hey, I can give you some advice. Get married. Because either way, if they cheat on you, according from the worldly perspective, they're still just fornicators just like you. You can get mad all you want. Nothing holy about it. And you need to teach your kids that early. Teach them to seek a husband. Teach them to seek a wife, not a girlfriend and not a boyfriend. What the Bible say? Girlfriends and boyfriends will inherit the kingdom of God. No sexually immoral. And I know some Christians even teach, well, you ain't gotta have some paper to say you're married. Well, what in the world? Why did Moses write a certificate of divorce then? If you don't need a document to say you're married. So there's a certificate of divorce, but not a certificate of marriage. Kind of put two and two together, you false teachers. And some of y'all right now be preaching. I heard one dude, he said, me and my wife been together. Are you married? And Carla, no, I have married in the eyes of the Lord. Well, you need to stop preaching. You need to get out the pulpit right now because you are fornicator's preacher. How in the way you gonna tell your whole congregation? All you gotta do is ask the Lord that you're married. Really? Again, let me tell you something, people. I knew a cousin that died a few years ago. And he been with this girlfriend that he called his wife for years. Oh, that's my wife. That's my wife. That's my wife. That's my wife. Something happened to him. He passed away. He died. And his wife was trying to get his stuff. Come to find out, they never were married. She couldn't get nothing. Ain't that amazing? God said, abide by the laws of the land. I want to see you take that to court. It's never going to work that way, people. Look it up. Just don't give. We've been married. Oh, where the paperwork? You're nothing. You get nothing. Guess what? If you don't marry the Lord, you ain't going to get nothing either. And if you don't try to please him, you get nothing. You'll be a bastard child. You're not going to get the inheritance being disobedience from the Lord. Well, I'm gay and married. Oh, husband is between a male and a wife. A man shall leave his mother and father, be joined to his wife, and they two shall become one flesh. This is a great mystery, but I talk about the kingdom of God. Man and woman. Women, you go to church every day? You do? Oh, that's nice. I'm glad you go to church every day. But you're married? Oh, how that's working out? Good. Our church loves us. Our church, that's working out great for y'all, huh? The church ain't even tried to tell you nothing about it. Nothing. Just trying to send you to hell with them for not telling you. Oh, okay. It's okay, though. I'm just trying to be real. They don't care about you. They just want the pews for you. Oh, they put the rainbow in there for you, too, huh? They love you, huh? You think they love you? You really think that church loves you? With no rebuke. Not telling you, hey, but I don't want to get rid of we got so many people here. We ain't gonna talk about homosexuality no more. Or fornication. We don't want to lose the whole congregation because half of them sleeping together on the choir team. Oh, you know, they go in them church camps and stuff. Oops. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to jest too much. No fornicator, no sexually immoral person would inherit the kingdom of God. So let's get back to the story. This year, start seeking you a husband or a wife. Or, now let me be specific. If you are a woman, start seeking you a husband or be single. If you are a man, start seeking you a woman or remain single and don't fornicate. Tell me, you already rebuked me for this or something? I'm just being real. If you want to make it to heaven and you want to start seeking holiness, sanctification, you know, marriage got a lot to do with your sanctification. Paul said, I wish every man would like me. What are you saying? Single. Because he said a man focuses on how he gonna please his wife, and a wife focuses on how she can please him, and a single man focuses on how he gonna please the church. But at the same time, everybody has their own purpose. You know, if you can't if you can't abstain, marry instead of burn in hell. I don't even know why I talked about that today. But I'm telling you, man, like, we live in a world where everything's a go. Like, I want to go to a church and be like, how many of y'all in a relationship? I ain't gonna say, man, I'm gonna set them up for the kill. How many of y'all in a relationship right now? Raise your hand. You happy with them? Ha ha ha! How many of y'all are married right now? Lawfully in God's order, husband, man, how many of y'all are those? The doors to the church are open. All jokes aside, God led me to get married. And I'm on my second one. And guess what? If this don't work, I might be on my last one. But if it works, I'm going to try to stay at it for as long as I can. Because marriage is honorable. A man that finds a wife finds a good thing. Mm-hmm. So that means a woman that finds a husband finds a good thing too. Mm-hmm. Am I telling y'all people getting married just going to make all your problems just fade away? No. Because we got to walk in this evil world. It's not going to guarantee you super peace. God gives you that peace. You're going to have suffering in the flesh. You're going to have to make the right choices and do the right things in your marriage. Or you cannot do it. It's up to you. I bet you it's going to be a lot of supposedly Christian husbands and wives that go to hell for continued adultery. You know, one of the first lessons I learned, I don't like to talk about this too much because it touches a part of my heart. Growing up in the church, I knew pastors that slept around on their wives, and I was young and I knew something was off with it. I'm like, ain't he married? You know what God told me about that years ago? He was like, don't worry about it. All right, it is what it is. Maybe he asked for forgiveness about it. I don't know. Maybe he stopped. That's when I first became a Christian, because God knew I was going to ask him those questions. Because when I was young, I noticed that. Then when I became a believer, it came back. I'm like, what was up with that, Lord? I don't even know if I even got the answer yet. But I knew it was wrong growing up. You see, y'all think kids are stupid. A lot of people think kids are stupid. You don't know nothing. Man, come on. We born knowing right and wrong. We know when something's off. Know when something that just ain't sitting right with us. You know, I think I'll go into that later. but I might break down talking about this subject. But let me be honest with y'all. I'm going to end with this, though. My mother conceived me in sin. She wasn't married to my dad. You know, so that means she was a bad mother? No. I'm here. And I'm sure many people have been conceived in sin. And I'm glad I'm here. You know, all things work together for those who believe. Glory be to God. But I know some of y'all, that wasn't the case. Some of y'all, mamas and daddies were together. Glory be to God. Well, if your mom was and your daddy was together, follow their footsteps. Get you with somebody and marry them. And if your mother and your daddy weren't together in holy matrimony, start the process and start the chain breaking. You do it. Because if not, like I told you about my brother, I love my brother. I really do. But one of his daughters just got married. Glory be to God. But it looks like the majority of they follow their footsteps. A lot of people don't see that. Your kids do what you do. Like my ex-wife, the witch. Oops, that's it out loud. She's not a bad person, but she is a witch though. But she don't think marriage is something you got to do. And I had to tell my kids. I said, I'm trying to teach them marriage is honorable. You know, she don't feel you as long as you love somebody. All right, keep thinking that, witch. But it's okay. Keep thinking it, but I'm gonna let my kids know the truth. You know, I'm telling you, boy, there's so many people that think you. I'm keep saying witch, right? Because a lot of y'all people think y'all ain't witches, but y'all behaving like pagans. And I'm gonna end with that. If you haven't accepted Christ in your life, I advise you to do so. Start the process. Start the cleansing process. Your body is the temple of the Most High God. I just talked about food. Don't worry about that. But I know one thing that'll defile you. Sex outside marriage. And sex outside your marriage. And like I said, if you ever been cheated, I've been, the act of adultery has happened to me. That's why my first marriage didn't last. Among many other things, but I was allowed to divorce her because of the act of fornication. Glory be to God that he got that stimulation in there. Because if not, I would still probably have to be with him. People, wake up and smell the coffee. Happy New Year. Flee fornication.